Currently in Penong, just topped up the fuel. We've heard they're up around $3 a litre over the across the Nullarbor, but oh well, it is what it is. But we just stopped down here to have a look at the windmills, and we'll be back on the road in no time. We actually just want to get across the Nullarbor on this trip. We've done it quite a few times, and this one is just all about getting over to the west. Welcome to Penong. Okay, guess where we are? Penong, South Australia. Still pushing further westward. That's a bloody big windmill. Don't climb up there. This is only going to end in disaster. I wouldn't climb up. Here we go. This is going to end in disaster. That's an interesting looking one. Well, the look of this, it came from Anna Creek Station near William Creek on the Wagunda track. Made in 1884. It was donated by Wagunda Station, or Wagunda Station, Anna Creek Station, Williams Cattle Company. Anyway, we're going that way. Sorry about the wind, but as you can see, this is the eastern end of the trellis plain on the Nullarbor. We're only about, I don't know, 30k from Nullarbor Roadhouse, where we're going to be stopping for the night. And I don't know, you got to take this photo, don't you? Well, we just passed the sign for the eastern end of the trellis plain, and we're only about 30k from Nullarbor Roadhouse, where we'll probably be stopping for the night. What is it, 3:45? So yeah, it's nearly time for us to stop for the day. We've got a roast in the travel buddy for tea tonight, and just talking about it, my mouth's watering.
It smells good.
Well, we've pulled into the Nullarbor Roadhouse. It's pretty busy here, actually. Quite a few. We might stay here the night. I think it's easy. The weather looks like it's turning a bit. There's a fair bit of cloud rolling in. And the wind's howling. Who'd have thought it on the Nullarbor, eh? Anyway, yeah, Michelle's just on her way back now. We've just booked somewhere to park with no power or anything. Just pull in, stay hitched, just spend the night. We're moving on, and we want to find a spot on the cliffs somewhere to camp tomorrow night, so we'll probably only have a short day tomorrow. Anyway, that's all for now. Good morning. Well, the weather's turned to crap. Rained most of the night, and cloudy and cold now. But we're going to defy it. We've headed back down to the head of the Bight here. We're going to wander down and to see if we can see any whales out off the head of the Bight. I'm not sure if they're there. They do say from May, and it's the middle of May now, or it's early May. So yeah, we're going to head over there and have a quick look before we start heading further west. The head of the Bight Whale Centre. Centre opens 8:30 AM. This area here beside the gates on the road that you turn off from the air highway is actually a campground. You can camp here, free camping. I can hear a car. So there is someone heading down here. But yeah, this area here. So if you are travelling across here, you can camp here the night and go and check the whales out in the morning. Well, the gate opened about quarter to 9. We're the only people here, so we're going to head down and have a look. Hopefully the rain will hold off for us. $8 each for an adult. There's a seniors discount, $6 each. And we're through. We're going to walk down to the cliffs and have a look. Let's hope the rain holds off. It's howling up here. The guy in the office was saying that there's been no sightings yet, so we're not feeling really positive about this. I don't think we're going to see anything out there.
These are the Bunda Cliffs. We're at the whale watching at the head of the Bight. No whales.
Well, we just left Nullarbor Roadhouse, and just for the record, you can actually get water there. I don't think that's listed anywhere, but anyway, yes. And we're heading further west. Well, we're planning on spending a night on the cliffs, but it's howling out there. The wind's really blowing, the rain's come over, very cloudy and not very pleasant at all. And it's going to be like that for the next 2 or 3 days. So yeah, that's a bit of a disappointment. We were counting on spending a week, that'd be nice, a day out on the cliffs, which we've done before, and it was absolutely magic. The sunsets were amazing, you know, the views were just incredible. It was just a perfect spot. Anyway, yeah, onward to the westward. Onward to the west, does that work? Westward we head. No, that doesn't work either. Anyway, I've got to concentrate on driving here because it's buffeting me around all over the place with this wind. So yeah. Anyway, until later. See you then. Well, it's looking pretty bleak out there. We've got a bit of sun right where we are, but we're driving into black. That's not a big truck. We've got a boat. It's appropriate for the weather.
Driver's name's Noah.
Just on a track past the turn off to Cook to Wagunda Cave. We've been here before. We actually camped down on the cliffs just a bit more towards the cliffs from Wagunda Cave 4 years ago when we came through this way. We're at Wagunda Cave. Just about to start raining again, so we'll have a quick look here and then we'll move on towards the cliffs and have a look at that. Wagunda Cave. Can climb down there. It's getting a bit chilly out here. I suppose it is May, heading into winter in southern Australia, so can't really expect much more than that. If I was really enthusiastic, I'd walk down there. Just left Wagunda Cave and we just I'm not sure it's a good idea to drive up here with the van on. I think this might be a campground up here. It's actually marked as something on the map there. I can't see what that is. So along here a little bit, that's from that last lookout we were just at. Come back out to a crossroads here and we go left. So these little tracks run along this coastline everywhere. You've got to watch out for them. A bit hard to spot when you're travelling along at 100k on the air highway, but they're well worth a little bit of exploring if you manage to see them. It's very unlikely we're going to be camping on the cliffs. We're up there now and it's pouring rain off in the distance ahead of me here and blowing a gale up here on the cliffs. So anyway, I'll take the camera across and give you a look anyway, but yeah, this is not going to be a pleasant area to be. I don't know if you can still hear me with all that wind. But this is just a little bit further south than Wagunda Cave, right onto the cliffs. What a hostile place! It's blowing a gale up here. You probably can't even hear me. Let's get back to the car, eh?
What'd you say?
We're not camping here, that's for sure. At least that's settled down a bit away from the edge, but that's howling on those cliff edges there. Got a bit of sun. Heading back to the car. We're going to work our way along these cliffs a bit and then we'll come back out on the air highway. It's very hostile out here at the moment. Not very pleasant at all. Safely back in the car out of the wind. My daddy's howling out there. Got to be careful travelling along here. Some of these sections are actually overhangs and you don't want to be standing or driving, at least, especially driving on an overhang. It's just another one of those spots where you can pull off the air highway and camp on the edge of the cliffs. But geez, if it was nice weather, it'd be a beautiful spot to camp for a night. G'day, we're set up on the cliffs about 155k east of Eucla, and we're going to spend the night out here. It's pretty blustery out here, but it's not too bad. We've parked the van around so it blocks the wind a bit, and it's gives us a bit of shelter here. Just looking this way, there's some cloud coming over again. It's probably going to rain again, but it's not too bad. And there is a lot of blue sky over that way. And there the cliffs, just 30 or 40 metres in front of us there. But yeah, we're going to spend the night out here. I think it'll be nice. I think the wind will die down at night time, let's hope.
Yeah, it will.
We haven't popped the roof yet, we'll probably do that a bit later on. It's a bit rocky here too, which is probably a good thing if it does rain tonight. Some of the sandy bits get a bit soft. We're about, I don't know, 60 or 70k from Eucla at the moment. And you can see that rain coming towards us there. Might be good in a way, watch the salt off the car. Still pretty bloody windy, but the blue skies come out, the rain's gone away for the moment. We're only about, I don't know, 30k from Eucla now. It's at the quarantine checkpoint at WA border, at Border Village. Just about to go and get checked out. Eucla. Motel. Where's diesel over there? Still in Eucla, just got some fuel and had a coffee, and we're just walking up to the old Telegraph station to have a look at that. Been here a few times before. Different different visits sees it buried more or less with sand, but it's still interesting to look at. Lots of bird life around down here too. If you're lucky, occasionally you get to see an emu running around. I've come the hard way. I've got to do climbing to get up. You look like an explorer standing there staring out into the distance. This big tree, well, really the only big tree over the whole dune system here. And I don't know if any of you recall the movie called Road Games. He was driving a meat truck across the Nullarbor. He spent a night camped under that tree in his truck. So there you go, there's a bit of useless information for you. And a bit further to that, my first visit to this telegraph station would have been around about 1980. That's probably close to 42 years ago. And I actually drove my Datsun 180B and parked up under that tree. So you can see how far the dunes have shifted over those years. You know, the car park's way over there now, over there somewhere. You can see that red dirt, that's the car park. So all these dunes have shifted that far. Still a fascinating spot. There was a time when we visited here where you could barely see it at all. It was totally covered by sand. Oh, I don't know how we're going to go. We've got the van on the back, so we probably shouldn't be trying to drive along here. But, anyway. Turn around a bit. Just on a bit of a walk. We've left the car. Didn't want to really be pulling the van through on these dunes. And we're heading towards the Eucla Jetty to have a look. Turns out we probably could have driven in here. I don't know, it might have been a bit of a risk with the van on. Anyway, this is the Eucla Jetty. The old Eucla Jetty. Eucla Jetty. Okay, time to head back to the car and keep heading westward. Well, that was the Eucla Jetty. We haven't seen that for, geez, I reckon 15 years. Last time we were down there. Last time the tide was out was good. You could sort of walk right down the middle of the jetty, but as you saw there, that the tide was in this time. But just on our walk back to the car now. It's 10 o'clock in the morning because we're going an hour and a half once we cross the West Australian border. Got checked out quarantine. We never bring any fruit or veggies or anything like that anyway. We'll just buy up when we get to Norseman. But yeah, get back to the car, put some pastiches in the travel buddy, a couple of hours, and we'll have pastiches for lunchtime. I can't remember how far this walk was. It was probably about, I reckon it might have been a K from the car to the jetty.
On the road.
Yeah, along the road that's marked on the map. But it's a pretty easy walk. I reckon we probably could have got the van and car down here. Nevertheless, it's back where it is and we've got to walk to it. Oh, halfway back. At least the weather's turned it on for us now. The wind's still around. It's a bit protected in here, so it's not so bad. But the sun's come out and the sky's cleared up. There's still a few clouds around, but yeah, it's a really nice day now.
Rain's gone.
Might have to start looking at getting these boots off and getting back to my industrial strength thongs. There's a bit of history from Eucla days gone by. The old roadhouse sign and the old Shell service station sign. Interesting. This is Eucla Pass. And we're heading west. Madura, Norseman, 712 kilometres. Madura. And if you're playing the golf, it's the watering hole. We don't need any fuel, so we might just keep moving, I think. Well, that's Madura. We don't have any fuel. Madura Pass, Brumby's Run. Must be back at that pump up there.
Oh, was there one back there? Was there?
What a duffer. Where to go?
After 250 metres, turn left.
Can we shut him up for a minute? It's starting to really annoy me. Madura Pass. Next is Cocklebiddy. 91 kilometres. Cocklebiddy. Cocklebiddy Roadhouse. So Samantha and Bruce are the wedge-tailed eagles. In fact, the wedge-tailed eagle is Australia's largest bird of prey with a wingspan of up to 2.74 metres. Caguna, 90 miles straight, Nullarbor Links golf course.
Route recalculation.
Oh, here he goes again. Caiguna Roadhouse. There's a blowhole here, which we'll go and have a look at in a minute. Bit of a breeze picked up. I think we found the answer to the silly little wave thing that people do when you're travelling on these roads. Some people leave it too late to wave, and then I miss it, and then I wave early and they don't wave at all, and I don't know what's going on half the time. Are we supposed to wave? Are we not supposed to wave? We generally wave anyway, just to say hello. But because I'm pretty hopeless at timing it correctly, we've done this. So that's our intention to wave, even if we can't. Just left Caiguna Roadhouse. There's a sign for Balladonia 181, Norseman 374. Just approaching the Kaguna blowhole, so we're going to pull in there. We're going to have a quick look at that, and then we'll get back on the road again, heading further west. Not sure where we're going to stop tonight. 90 miles straight. You got to take this picture apparently. Anyway, this is where we are. Just come out of the Caiguna Roadhouse, and this sign's almost straight away as soon as you hit the highway heading west. Kaguna blowhole. The blowholes on the Nullarbor have been formed by weathering through to underground cavities. The cave below here has a clearance height of about a half a metre to 1.5 metres. All caves breathe to some extent. Nullarbor caves breathe more vigorously. Somebody thought it'd be a good idea to tag it. Don't fall in it, please. Last time we were here,
quiet.
Michelle tripped and nearly fell in the bloody thing. We had a slight breeze coming up. Yeah, I can feel cool airflow there.
Oh, I'm not going.
Well, that's Kaguna Cave, if that's how you pronounce it.
Blowhole.
Oh yeah, exactly. Balladonia Roadhouse.
It's the roadhouse there. It's 5:30 on a Thursday night.
Just approaching the Fraser Range. This is the last section to Norseman. We're about 120k out. Western end of the Nullarbor at Norseman. We're just going to go find some water and a dump point, and then we'll get some fuel.
And catch up on some shopping, get some fresh veggies.
Yep. Parked up at Norseman Shopping Centre, stocking up at the local IGA. As you can see, it's a really calm, nice blue sky day. Well, we're in Norseman. We've come off the western end of the trip across the Nullarbor. It's an absolutely perfect day in Norseman today. Michelle's in the local IGA at the moment. We're topping up the food supplies and the alcohol supplies. We've been down, we filled the fuel up, we got water at one of the local servos. They were only too happy to supply it with a donation to the RFDS, which we do everywhere we go. Always support the RFDS. And I found a dump point. Did the real important job of emptying the cassette. So yep, all loaded and ready to go, and we're starting to head north up towards Kaguna, and then probably up towards Menzies, heading north up that way, Leonora. It's really clear skies, cool, calm, no wind. Would have been nice if it was like this when we were at the Bunda Cliffs, but anyway. So we're just waiting for Michelle to come out of the shopping, and then we're back on the road again. We really got to get this trip done. It's all about getting up to Cape Leveque, and that's where the real serious trip starts over the next 7 months.